Good morning, Gators. I had the privilege of chatting with Cam Jackson yesterday in part one of our two-part interview, and I'm excited for you to see the second half of that today. If you missed yesterday's part one with Cam, I'll link it at the end so you guys can watch it. Once again, I appreciate Florida Victorious for setting this interview up and making it possible. You can learn more about UF's NIL efforts and support them at the link in the description of this video. All right, you are one of the most solid pieces of this defense that's returning. Talk to me about the type of leadership that you're going to be bringing to the locker room.
Um, I'm a bring a lot of leadership. Just like, 'cause I feel like last year, like we had it, but it just went like it was on and off. But I feel like this year, like everybody, like, cause last year our team was like connected, but I know this year, like I have to make sure like we're like tight because there's like our Coach Tyler told us the other day, like the teams that are tight, they're the teams that win championship. So I gotta make sure that we are like tight and like everybody like holding everybody accountable. And I want them to hold me accountable too, also. So
So obviously when you say Coach Tyler, you're talking about the new strength and conditioning coach, right?
yeah.
There's obviously a whole lot of changes that happened in the strength and conditioning program. And, something that I have talked about on my YouTube channel all year long, based on, previous experience in college football, is that your strength and conditioning coach is essentially the captain of your team during the off season, right? That's who you see more than anybody else. And what happens during this off season goes a long way in determining what happens on the field in the fall.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the changes that you've seen happen this offseason now that you have a different strength and conditioning staff.
It's been a lot of change. I feel like we're getting way bigger and stronger than we was last year. I feel like we're way faster than we was, and just doing the things right in the weight room. I like Coach Tyler because he's like he's gonna make sure you work, but same time you're also having fun with it too. So I feel like he been doing a great job. Like I like him a lot.
Do you think that last offseason, whatever workouts you were doing, was there a point in time where you were like, man, I think maybe we should be doing something different? Or did it feel good until you got into the season and then maybe you felt like, shoot, maybe we're not in the kind of shape or condition that we needed to be, or strength wise?
Basically, like you said, I felt good until we got into the season. I feel like it was a lot of people like getting injured like toward like the middle of the season. But like this year, I think Coach Tyler was just telling us about that. Like he was just talking to us about that, like how we're like doing like extra and stuff, like basically just doing everything right, like how we supposed to be doing.
What are the conversations like with your teammates? What expectations do you guys have for yourselves this season? And before you answer that, I'll kind of give you a little bit of background. So going into the 2006 season, which is the season that Florida won a national title, I distinctly there's a moment that I remember guys on that team talking about, like, we want this, we have to do something different, we have to change. And I do believe that teams that win a lot of games, it's kind of determined by you guys in the locker room deciding this is what you want. Do you think conversations like that are going on?
Oh yes, man. I say like with me, Graham, Trey, Montrell, Shamar, like all of us older guys for sure. Tyreek, like Jason Marshall, all of us. We've been talking and like we know what like I told them, like we gotta hold each other like to a standard this year because like I feel like we have a chance to be in the playoffs this year and make it to a national championship. We like as long as everybody have the same mindset and we go out there and do what we got to do day in and day out, I feel like we have a shot at it this year.
Do you guys feel a responsibility to the logo because you know about all of these teams that have brought home hardware?
Yes, man. We respect it a lot, especially like for the ones who played before us. So we basically try to be on the same type of standard, like how B Spikes, Tim Tebow, all them had for their team, and we're basically trying to do the same thing they did.
Let's talk about Coach Napier. He's heading into his third year. He told us when he was hired that he had a blueprint for success that he was going to follow, and that it may take a couple years, but that Florida was going to get there. Is that the same kind of consistency that he preaches to you guys as well? That like the plan is here, we just have to execute it.
Oh yes, man. He do. Last year it was a young team. We had like 11 freshmen that started and played. And I feel like they done developed a whole lot. Jordan Castell, Kelby Collins, TJ Searcy, all them guys. I feel like they done developed a whole lot. I'm ready to see them in action this year. Also, but I feel like this team, like with the older dudes who came back, like I feel like since we all done played together now, like we all know the system and stuff. So I feel like Coach Napier say, we're gonna get Florida back to where it used to be.
What is Coach Napier like personally? I feel like, he's so quiet and reserved when he speaks to the media, so we don't necessarily know a whole lot about him. What's he like behind closed doors?
Behind closed door, he chill. Like he be laid. He's one of the laid back coaches. Like, but he can also have fun too. Like, basically, like how he is. Like when it come to doing interviews, like he's just a chill like person. Like he's just, but he always keep it honest with you for sure. But he's always honest for sure.
What about Ron Roberts? He's new to Florida, the locker room. What kind of energy is he bringing so far?
He's been bringing a lot of energy. They be juiced up in the morning. Um, I feel like he's bringing like basically the type of energy that we need. Because you have some days where people do like like you're gonna have your days where you might just be down, but you just need that person like to juice you up. He's that guy.
He is that guy. All right. Tell me a name Gator fans might be surprised about that's going to have a breakout year this upcoming season.
Um, a person. I'm going to say, if I can think of one person, I can't say myself, huh?
Well, we know you already had a great season last year. Fans are going to be
Um,
surprised when you keep doing well.
nah, but the person I'm going to say, I feel, do it got to be a freshman?
Can be
Or it
whatever
can
you think, whatever you want. I'm not putting too many rules out there except for it can't be you.
okay, I feel like, I think Graham Mertz gonna have a breakout season. Feel like Montreal's gonna have a breakout season this year. Trey Wilson for sure. I feel like he's gonna have a great season this year. And one more, TJ Searcy.
All right. All right. I like it. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Cam. This was really fun. Tell all the Gator fans where they can find you on social media and follow all the stuff you're doing on the field and off the field.
On Instagram, my handle is Cam Jackson _10, and Twitter Cam Jackson 72.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, man, appreciate it.
Cam is an awesome young man, and I really appreciate him taking the time to chat and for Florida Victoria setting this up for us. If you missed yesterday's part 1 with him, you can click here to watch it. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Appreciate all of you guys. Go Gators.